Hey folks, this is Nate coming at you late on Saturday night on, was it May 11th? So I wanted to do something real quick here that's sort of related to the Canon Bladestyle project, but it's sort of an addendum or an appendix, I guess you could call it. So somebody had asked me in the comments on one of my videos if I had planned on doing a project like this, like for screen accurate blade styles for any of the animated series. And I sort of told them I was really hesitant to do that because it was kind of difficult nailing down a lot of the screen accuracy for a lot of the animated blade style colors. It's just a little bit harder for me. I may try, but I didn't really commit to doing that right away. But what ended up happening, I think, as a result of other people seeing that conversation, is that I got like 4 or 5 different email requests in my inbox of people asking if I had a Canon version of Kanan Jarus for at least for his blade style from Star Wars Rebels, and I do. So that's what I wanted to demo for y'all real quick tonight. So I originally had a version, I think, that was an audio flicker, but what I ended up doing was just creating 2 new variations using the same Canon color that I've come up with. So I'll show you 2 variants tonight. One is just a static single color with a bright swing, with a elevated swing, and then the other one is a rotoscope. That also has a bright swing, but the swing is not as bright. So on the static one, I've sort of ratioed up the swing to be just a little bit lighter than the rotoscope version. So here we go.
I'm about to let everyone down the secret.
So this is the rotoscope, and I'm ratioing the rotoscope at 100% of the blue that I use, and then in a couple of the color 2 values, the alt color 2 values, I'm using 75% of the blue. And then by default, the rotoscope style code has a couple of entries in there where it inserts a black. And in those 2 color slots, I'm using a 10% ratio of this blue, just to give it a little bit more cohesion. And then there's the light swing. And on this particular light swing, all I'm doing really here is I'm adding about 50% in the red and green channels. So it's not brightening the blue a whole lot, but it's giving it just a little bit of paleness on the swing. Now in the Rebels series, apart from the prequels, the lockup and clash colors generally on the blue blades had a lot less dark oranges in them and a little bit more of the yellows and the dark yellows. So I tried to reflect that in the lockup and the clash. There's a tiny bit of orange in here, but it's mostly dark yellows. Same with the clash. So again, nothing too technically complex with the Bladestyle itself. Mainly just wanting to capture that that version of Kanan's blue as close as I could, and I sampled it across several different fight scenes, like throughout Rebels, throughout the different seasons, and then, you know, I think I must have compared like between 20 and 30 different color frames to try and come up with, you know, something as close as I could get. So that's what I ended up with. And then so here is the second version, which is the static. Now this one I have an emitter flare on this one too.
I am Kanan Jarus, Jedi Knight.
And the swing on this one is a little bit paler. So the emitter flare, this one has a fairly deep blade insertion depth, this particular saber, so you're not going to see the full, emitter flare. But if you're using a saber that has like maybe only a 1.5 to 2 inch insertion depth, you'll see it come up. In fact, what I may do on the style code before I put it in paste bin is I may just elongate that the emitter flare just a little bit, so for the deeper blade insertion sabers it'll still come up. So this is the single color, and as you can see, it's a lot, this swing on this one's a bit whiter, much paler. You can kind of sort of see the flare. It's kind of tipping out at the edge of the saber there. So that is my my Kanan Jarus blue, and actually I want to thank y'all for asking me about that one, because Kanan Jarus is actually, he's one of my favorite characters in a lot of these, you know, for these series, especially for the animated stuff. I really liked his character. I like how they wrote his personality. I like how they wrote his disposition and his, you know, his storyline. So thanks for asking about that. I would not have thought to put up a demo for him otherwise. So very happy to do that. And I think what I may do, instead of trying to do a full like Rebels or a full Clone Wars, is I may just sprinkle little character demos here and there for specific characters that are animated, just so that I don't end up going down the rabbit hole of trying to canonize like 10 or 15 different Star Wars characters all in one project, because that'll take up way too much time all at once. So I may just try and do like one character at a time and just sprinkle them out throughout. So anyway, that's Kanan Jarus. Maybe I'll do, I don't know, I might do like Ezra or the Inquisitors or something like that next time around. But you know, if you all have a preference of a character you'd like to see animated for you know, a screen accurate Bladestyle, just let me know. You know, I'd love to see that kind of stuff in the comments. And yeah, so thanks for watching, y'all. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.